about leaving religion. The purpose of the videos is to get you to think. Turn your brains on and think. Use logic, use reason, and realize that religion is false. And as I get into this video, it is February 13th, 2019. And I want to thank everybody for the support on the videos. Thank you all for your comments. I've been trying to go through, read all of your comments, and I appreciate all of the love and all of the support, all right? Now for this video, I would like to deal with the fictional character Abraham in the Bible, all right? And I say that, yeah, the fictional character Abraham in the Bible. Now with this one, I want to really discuss about Abraham first meeting God, let's just say God, whatever his name might be. And I mean, just knowing him out the blue, and then him asking him to sacrifice his son Isaac to him. Now, let's look at this from a logical standpoint, a real life standpoint, especially for those of you that have children. Think about this. This God shows up. It really doesn't say, did you see him? I mean, he shows up out the blue. He could have showed up to everybody, but he shows up to one person and wants this person to trust them and believe them and make a covenant with them. And people always like, oh, if God had done that with me. Now, you'd be skeptical too, because you're reading it from a preconceived standpoint anyway. You know, after being raised in it, and you thinking, oh, God showed up, but there are many gods. So somebody showing up that's invisible wants you to do something and make a pact with you, doesn't mean you would trust them. And then we get to the point where you tell me I'm going to have a son, which you had Ishmael first, now you got Isaac, and then this God who's supposed to know everything, he's supposed to be the Alpha and the Omega, knowing the beginning from the end, doesn't know if Abraham really believes the covenant that they made, that he would be the father of many nations. So what does he do? He asks Abraham to sacrifice his son Isaac to him. Now, as for me being a parent, me and God's whole thing would have been done right then. You know, like, yo, I done lived all these years without you. I'm good. You can find somebody else because I ain't sacrificing my child. It's not going to happen. No, if God would have told me to sacrifice. No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't. You're not thinking about the blood and stabbing your child and hearing them scream and you betraying them and all of that. And I'm not doing it. I'm sorry. That's sick, and that's even sick to ask me to do that. That's sick on your part to ask me to kill my child to prove to you that I believe the covenant that we have. No, I'm not doing it. I'm sorry. That's crazy. How is your child going to see you after this event? Your children trust you. Now, how can he sleep around you or whatever, knowing that you tied him up and was getting ready to stab him to death? I mean, that's like he had to go to counseling himself after this whole thing. And then you get to the point where the man draw the knife back to stab his child, and you don't show up. You had an angel show up and say, oh, no, don't do it. He was just playing. He was just playing. You ain't got to do it. Now he know. He is a ram over here in the bush. Sacrifice the ram. Like, we could have sacrificed the ram from the jump, and if you know everything, you should have already known whether I believe the covenant or not. A lot of things in these stories about God, they don't make sense. They really don't make sense. You would take Lot and gamble this man's life away on a bet that you waged with Satan. Not that Satan came at you with the wager, you came at him. And then you took all this stuff, and not just the stuff, you killed his 10 children. But you give him 20 in the end, like that nullifies the 10 you had, like you totally forgot about them. This is sick stuff. This is sick, deranged stuff. And why would you want to follow a God that does this type of stuff, that plays with your life, plays with your emotions? And then the Bible has the nerve to say in James that God tempts no man. They're tempted of themselves by their own lust and are enticed. That's a lie. Because it clearly shows you and says that God tempted and tested Abraham in Genesis. So that lets you know that the writers of Genesis and the writers of James were totally not connected, because if y'all had known what he done with Abraham, you wouldn't say that God doesn't tempt anybody or doesn't test anybody. And the whole thing with Job was senseless and pointless as well. So this is some deranged stuff by a deranged God, which I'm happy he's not real and that the whole book is just fictional. You know, I'm happy he's not real, because we wouldn't want to serve a God like that, a bloodthirsty God that just wants death and destruction, loves the smell of the blood and the burnt flesh. I'm sorry, I couldn't do it. So think about that. Would you really kill your child because a God told you to sacrifice your child? I mean, really think about that as a parent or an aunt or an uncle. Think about that. I'm not gonna do it. It's deranged to me. It's sick. So I'm out of here on this video. Y'all take care out there. Peace.